Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley.
I'm John.
And it looks like the controversy over microtransactions in Star Wars Battlefront II has reached a fever pitch because EA says they are taking them out of the game. Hooray! We did it, guys. We beat microtransactions. Good job.
End of news story. Nope, not so fast. It's just temporary because, you know, EA's EA. It's possibly a move by EA to deal with all the negative publicity surrounding their new game that sets a new bar for invasive microtransactions because they're worried that people won't buy their game.
Yeah, in a statement, EA said yesterday it's turning off all in-game purchases, saying that we hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, getting the most downvoted Reddit post ever.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it was that. I think that wasn't enough to do it. It wasn't until it's hitting BBC and Forbes and Bob Iger is calling them up and then they're like, okay.
We finally hear you loud and
But
clear.
the most downvoted Reddit comment in history was a step to the BBC and so on. It's been this rolling train.
So, DICE General Manager Oscar Gabrielson wrote, "We will now spend more time listening, adjusting, balancing, and tuning. This means that the option to purchase crystals in the game is now offline and all progression will be earned through gameplay. The ability to purchase crystals in-game will become available at a later date, only after we've made changes to the game. We'll share more details as we work through this."
Although, if you already bought microtransactions, you still got them.
There you go.
And while on the surface, EA does sound apologetic about all this, the change is temporary, and when they come back, and they will, it sounds like microtransactions will still be tied to character progression in Battlefront 2, so if anything, this might show that while gamers hate them, these microtransactions and the loot boxes are here to stay.
They need them. The companies need them. So here's a little background on the controversy in case you haven't been on the internet in the last 2 weeks or so.
or on our channel. It feels like every video is about something new happening with Battlefront 2.
So Star Wars Battlefront II, the highly anticipated follow-up to EA and DICE's 2015 Battlefront releases today. And it sports some amazing graphics, sound, and a much requested single-player mode. It ticks a lot of boxes fans have wanted to see ticked for years.
Yeah, the only problem is that it is, or was also filled to the brim with microtransactions, letting players spend actual money on loot crates and crystals to acquire high-level items that would give your character a big boost in the game, even encouraging them to do so. So you offer these star cards via crates, via virtual currency, via microtransactions that mess with the actual gameplay balance.
Yeah, stuff like improving auto-aim for a ship in one mode or increasing damage, you know, all that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah, like, you know, game balance stuff. EA has responded to that criticism over the past few weeks, saying that it's tweaking what's in loot boxes, but the basic system has still remained in place, and gamers have continued to be real mad at what they see as a full-price game that's also pay to win.
In short, it feels like Battlefront 2 embodies both the best and the worst things about modern gaming. Amazing graphics and presentation.
And I really like the campaign so far. The like flying your ship, fighting in space feels great. All of it feels real good.
But with lots of monetization tricks designed to get you to pay even more for a full-priced game.
And while players have definitely complained about microtransactions in the past, Battlefront 2 seems really like it's the straw that broke the camel's back for a lot of gamers. The game's current user score on Metacritic is a 0.8. Not an 8, a 0.8. I didn't know it went that low. It may have changed and shifted around a little bit since we last checked, but still, it's not high.
Yeah, one user gave the game a solid -2.
I didn't know you could do that.
Didn't know that either, that's interesting. 8 points for the good, fun game with outstanding graphics, -10 points for trying to screw everyone out of their money by making the game almost require loot boxes in order to play.
Not just gamers that are upset by this, though. A lot of reviewers also have called out the game for trying to excessively monetize players.
Ars Technica headlined its review of Battlefront 2. Nope, 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 nope.
That's 7 notes. That's a lot of notes.
Its reviewer wrote, "I tremble at the thought of younger Star Wars fans getting caught up in a gameplay loop that favors economics over fun." There's even a story on CNN.com right now, headline, "The new Star Wars game is under attack."
Oh wow, yeah, they're the victims.
Yeah.
The controversy got so bad, Bob Iger, the head of Disney, had a conversation yesterday with EA CEO Andrew Wilson about the issue. So, message sent, message received, and in a rare case, something's actually been done about it.
A few hours after the call, EA released its loud and clear statement, but that left a lot of people wondering, do they really hear us loud and clear?
Maybe not.
Yeah, the last part of the statement literally said that the ability to purchase crystals will return even if EA is promising that it won't be as bad.
Well, as bad. I mean, what do you expect? Not bad?
Hey girl, I won't be as bad this time. That always ends well.
US Gamers Kat Bailey also tweeted she talked to EA, and her main takeaway was that microtransactions will tie into progression when they return. She also added, so no, this isn't a win. She also tweeted that EA seems to think it's a balance issue, not just the presence of microtransactions in the first place. So maybe they're hearing gamers not so loud and clear, and more they just really want to make sure those day one sales still come in.
Yeah.
That's the concern.
Both her tweets have now been deleted, so that's interesting. It's possible she was speaking to someone off the record who's not happy those comments got out, or there's some other information coming that supersedes those, but without additional detail, we don't really know right now why they're gone.
Yeah, but she's not the only one. Industry analyst Daniel Ahmad also wasn't buying EA's supposed change of heart. He tweeted, microtransactions and loot boxes aren't going away, they're already accepted. All that's happening is EA tweaking the system to make it fun and addictive instead of intrusive and predatory.
I don't like those words. He added that while the controversy certainly had an impact, the general trend won't change, as Ahmad put it, because people play Overwatch and 1,000 other games with MTX/loot boxes.
And he's not wrong. Games like Overwatch have shown that people will pay extra money for loot boxes in a full price game, even if the loot boxes in Overwatch contain only cosmetic items, and they are at least using that to fund further development on events and new skins and new modes and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. It seems like EA might have gambled on taking this one step further by putting character progression items in loot boxes, and that's the point where gamers said, no more. But it doesn't mean that EA is going to come back and say, you're right guys, we don't want all that extra money.
Who would?
Yeah, we have too much. We're taking loot boxes out of all of our games, effective immediately.
Yeah, tell that to Need for Speed. Still though, there might be signs that if EA won't remove loot boxes themselves, some governments around the world might do it for them. According to Dutch news outlets, the Dutch gambling authorities now launched an investigation into whether games with loot boxes are games of chance, meaning that these systems in games like Battlefront 2 and Overwatch as well could qualify as gambling. The Belgian Gaming Commission is already doing the same thing in Belgium, and we've also seen a lawmaker in the UK ask the government there to look into the issue.
In response to that issue, EA told Eurogamer, creating a fair and fun game experience is of critical importance to EA. The great mechanics of Star Wars Battlefront 2 are not gambling. A player's ability to succeed in the game is not dependent on purchasing crates.
But despite what EA says, if governments start to classify loot boxes as gambling, that would have a huge impact on the financial model of a lot of AAA games. I mean, they'd probably have to get rid of them, considering governments would then be potentially ruling that, hey, they're trying to entice children to gamble, and they have to be regulated like a casino.
Mm-hmm. As for the latest statement on temporarily removing microtransactions from Battlefront 2, EA's Gabrielson said, our goal has always been to create the best possible game for all of you, devoted Star Wars fans and game players alike. But as we approach the worldwide launch, it's clear that many of you feel there are still challenges in the design. We've heard the concerns about potentially giving players unfair advantages, and we've heard that this is overshadowing an otherwise great game. This was never our intention. Sorry we didn't get this right.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens when those microtransactions come back, and they will, because I think that will determine very much what they've heard. But as of right now, it seems EA is scrambling to deal with a lot of blowback from gamers that at the moment doesn't show any signs of going away. We'll be very curious to see if that affects sales. I mean, if people are going to get it now and they weren't before because, hey, there's no microtransactions right now and they might be fixed and holding out hope.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a mess.
What do you guys think of EA temporarily backing off microtransactions in Battlefront 2? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your EA and Battlefront 2 news, because I'm sure there will be a bunch more of it, make sure you like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the now.
Does this still mean you gotta like grind like 40 hours just to play Darth Vader?
Well, they reduced it to 10, but it means that now you can't buy the shortcut.
So now you have to do the grind.
Yes.
Cool.
Unless you already bought all the microtransactions during EA Access, and now you just have a lead